Sorry. People think that Tourette's is this swearing disorder. But what they don't see is that there's so much more behind that. It's almost like just the tip of the iceberg.
I'm stuck in Thailand doing this with my arm.
The most help I've had was Matthew, definitely. I don't think I could have gotten through this without him. Sorry. My name is Bryony and I have Tourette's syndrome. Tourette's syndrome is a nervous system problem in the brain. So it's when signals misfire and they cause us to do tics, which is involuntary movements. I started having tics at the ages of 12 or 13. I began to develop tics. It started with an inhale of breath, so it was very, it kind of sounded like a hiccup almost. It was only flagged to me that that was a tic when I started going to my psychiatrist for my mental health. They've had a huge impact in my life. It's kind of like my life's just been flipped over and I've had to take everything on so much more than I had to before. How many eggs do we need?
We need 5 eggs.
Fab. Butter! People think that Tourette's is this swearing disorder. They think swearing is the only part of it. But what they don't see is that there's so much more behind that. It's almost like just the tip of the iceberg is the tics.
How did you discover baking helps?
It would just give me like a creative outlet for my tics, and it just let me be creative as well as have like a positive environment to let out my tics.
It's almost like that distraction.
Yeah.
Keeps your mind sort of distracted from sort of everything that's going on. When she did tell me, it was just kind of,
Sorry.
okay, we've now got this thing. How do we deal with it together? At least it's not on me this time.
Yeah, that's true.
Seeing everything she's gone through, it just makes me so proud to still be happy and smiley.
But you get these other episodes where they are scary and they are damaging to myself. I end up with a lot of injuries sometimes. I don't want to hurt anyone around me, but my boyfriend sometimes gets punched. Push. Sorry. I say that laughing because if I don't laugh about it, it becomes a different situation. It can actually be quite difficult for me to be in the kitchen just because there's so many things like knives. I could really hurt myself or I could hurt someone else. If it's a bad day, then yeah, my tics might be more active and I might throw some flour or some eggs.
It can get a little bit messy and things don't always go where they're supposed to. Just pour it in, scrape it out. No?
No.
Okay.
We know it's involuntary and we know that I don't mean it, that I'm doing, and we do just laugh about the things that happen. Oh my God. Since it was a thing and I was diagnosed, I think having gone through that process, it has made me such a stronger person than I was before. As soon as my doctors wanted me to film my tics and to see how they reacted, that's when I started posting them online as well. If others have made me feel less lonely, then I hope that I can do that for someone else as well.
So what are tics?
Please. You always get the people online that say you're faking, that you're not, this is all put on for a show. But knowing that at least one person has seen that and said, oh, that happens to me as well. It's not just a swearing disability, it's not just inappropriate words, it's actually a thing. That's exciting.
Doing all these things on social media, putting herself out there, because I know how difficult it is for her. It just gives me such a sense of pride in her as a person.
Sorry. The most help I've had after my Tourette's diagnosis was Matthew, definitely. He's been my saviour and I don't think I could have gotten through this without him. We've had lots of conversations about how my Tourette's affects me and how my Tourette's affects him, but we've always come to the conclusion that it's not one of us in this, we're in this together. Biggest thing I've learned about myself is how strong I am.
I've been stuck in Thailand doing this with my arm for about half an hour now.
I've also loved becoming like this advocate online for Tourette's syndrome, for mental health, and helping other people accept themselves. I'm definitely surprised of how much I've grown as a person, even over this past year. I will continue to be surprised myself because I love that feeling of thinking I can't do it and proving myself wrong.
Let's start again, and this time I'll record it.
Okay.